was. He been for 1,975 games, Rolly Howard. As the players of both sides take a knee, the FA Cup continuing its commitment in the message of anti-discrimination in society and football. And it's Tottenham Hotspur in the white shirts and blue shorts who get the game underway, kicking from left to right against Marine in the yellow and black half shirts, black shorts and black socks. Now, Clive Allen, you will have been involved in a few cup ties, many cup ties over the years, nothing quite like a chasm like this, but very important that Tottenham Hotspur approach this game very professionally, because it is at the end of the day 11 against 11 in unfamiliar surroundings for it.
Absolutely, all about attitude, the way that they're committed to the cause and having to show the quality that they have. Never easy, you can see already ball bobbling around on an uneven surface, but it's an afternoon where no excuses will curtail. Certainly, I think we heard Jose Mourinho before the game, if they lose a Premier League game or a big cup game maybe further down the line, that would be his fault. Certainly not going to be his fault this evening. It's down to the players.
That was a lovely line. That's his last message in the dressing room, he said, would be, if you lose this game, it's not on me, it's on you. Here's Matt Doherty for Tottenham Hotspur. Of course, any footballer you care to mention at any level has started out playing at grassroots, albeit with perhaps, local clubs, school, whatever. So this will be a reminder of their early days playing on this surface in front of an old-fashioned ground with only 3 sides, hardly any supporters or people around. It's a blast from the past, even for the finest play.
Well, the one good thing, Steve, is that the balls will come back from those gardens down that one side, because they're full of people watching the game.
Yes, they are. The throw-in's taken by Marine's right-back Josh Solomon-Davis. Tottenham Hotspur regaining possession with Toby Alderweireld, who gives Joe Hart a feel of the ball. Spurs, of course, in the other English domestic cup final, the EFL Cup. They will face Manchester City in that. Can they have a great run in both cup competitions this season?
Well, historically a big competition for Tottenham Hotspur, the FA Cup. They will be expected to progress, but it's going to be about how they combat slightly different conditions, a team that they won't know anything about, but Jose and his staff will have done their homework, there's no doubt about that. And you can see they're paying Spurs a lot of respect in terms of just dropping off, keeping their shape, making it difficult for Spurs to play through them.
Alderweireld popping it away to his left-hand side as Dele Alli plays it into Lucas Moura. Lucas Moura to the edge of the area. Jedson Fernandez with the flick. Lucas Moura trying to get onto it, and it's Joyce with the clearance for Marine, which is collected by Alderweireld. Ben Davis, the captain for today, playing the ball infield to Jedson Fernandez. It's a strong challenge on him, and a free kick to Spurs. It was Adam Hughes with the challenge on Jedson.
He was trying to strike for the ball, was Adam Hughes, but he kicked through Jedson Fernandez. You can see here, he's trying to play the ball, but he's late with a challenge. Fernandez just nips him in front. First opportunity from this range.
Yeah, Harvey White and Lucas Moura are over this. As Bailey Passant lines up his wall.
Well, Harvey White does possess a wonderful left foot. He might be well looking at winding that ball over the wall into exactly that position where Passant is.
It is Harvey White, and his attempt hit the wall.
Good wall, strong wall.
Cleared away up towards the halfway line. Hagney couldn't quite keep that ball in play. Made his debut in the Europa League as a substitute against Ludogorets. Harvey White back in the latter end of last year.
I just think it's an indication of how Jose Mourinho respects the competition. He has brought a strong squad of players. Yes, he's given Harvey White his opportunity, but I have to say a lot of internationals with vast experience in this Tottenham team. It's
cleared away from the edge of the penalty area by Solomon Davis for Marine. Alderweireld here for Tottenham Hotspur, floating it in towards Lucas Moura. Raven got a good head on that. He read the run of Lucas Moura. Here's Davis. Jedson Fernandez. His loan at Spurs has not really worked out. He's a very good technical player as Doherty plays it infield to Sissoko. Here is Jedson Fernandez, Musa Sissoko. Fernandez again in with the challenges. Josh Ramami for Marine. Doherty with the cross. Chance for Vinicius on the turn. Dele Alli hits the shot, and Bailey Passon makes the first save of the game in goal for Marine.
And he'll be happy about that because the ball laid back to Dele Alli. It's a tame strike. Good build up down the right. Doherty firing the cross in. Vinicius just sets Dele Alli, who takes the touch, but a really tame shot straight at Passon in that Marine goal.
Sissoko to Doherty. Just a word about Dele Alli, Clive. I mean, he's such an exceptionally talented footballer, but very much on the fringes. We'll come back to that in a minute as Jedson Fernandez comes forward. Strong challenge, and Joyce is looking to tidy up here, and does so. It seems amazing that a player of such ability is struggling for game time as much as he is at Tottenham, as Jedson Fernandez sees his cross deflected for a corner kick.
Well, I think it's the things he's not doing in terms of what Jose Mourinho wants, his contribution to the team, that has sort of hindered his opportunities in this first team. But lots of speculation as to what will happen going forward, certainly with the window open.
In comes this Tottenham corner. Passon held himself at it, did well, got two gloves on it through the crowd. It's going to be a Tottenham throw-in.
He's had a good start as the Marine keeper. Good decision to come and punch was positive.
The win in round 2 of the FA Cup came on his 20th birthday. Bailey Passon, their goalkeeper, was involved in the post-match celebrations as well. I'll tell you about that in a minute, as Marine managed to clear the ball away, but Tottenham can tidy up. Rode on into Alderweireld.
I think they'll be very happy with the way the game started. Marine, they know that Spurs are going to dominate possession, but they've stayed compact, denied Tottenham any really clear-cut opportunities apart from the tame Dele Alli shot. Working very, very hard to keep their shape.
Dele Alli forward. Vinicius back into Alderweireld. Having beaten Hampton Waterlooville in that round 2 game, they sent young Bailey Passon out to go and find some liquid sustenance for celebration, and he was pictured in the local corner shop in his kit, buying a couple of crates of beer to take back into the dressing room.
Wonderful. FA Cup at its best.
It's Doherty with the block. It's White. Here's Davis.
Steve, should the impossible happen tonight and they progress, there would be celebrations like you've never seen.
Oh, can you imagine? It won't be a couple of crates of beer. Goodness me. It'll be a long journey home for Tottenham if that did happen.
They'll be walking home.
It's Alderweireld. Lovely little change of direction by Lucas Moura. Great pace as well, and the shot rising over the top of the crossbar. Excellent from Lucas Moura.
Yeah, good play. Explosive pace when he gets on the half-turn. Lucas Moura drives at the heart of defence. Fed by Ali. Lovely the way he lets the ball run across his body. Now, can he finish it? Creates the shooting position. Wild with the shot. But unstoppable when he's in that sort of mood is Lucas Moura. So quick and direct.
And you will often hear people say that Jamie Carragher wrapped up warm, I think, in the stands. He is actually, or his charitable foundation is actually sponsoring, as you can see there, the dugouts today. Former Liverpool defender, of course. One of the biggest things, Clive, that probably is the difference between players at the Premier League level and players lower down. apart from technique, it is the pace at which the game is played, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes. And you can see when Spurs move the ball quickly, 1 and 2 touch, it's very difficult for the Marine players to get anywhere near it. Having to compensate, they are dropping off, but it's the way that they judge their challenges. But Spurs at the moment dominating possession with the quality football that they certainly have.
Here's White. Was he tripped? He was. It's going to be another Spurs free kick just outside the penalty area. Josh Ramami made the challenge, and referee Michael Oliver didn't like it much. 10 minutes played. It's been all left to right for Spurs.
It's clever play from Harvey White. You can see there he knows there's a physical challenge coming, just protects the ball with his body off the outside of his left boot, draws the free kick. He started well as young Harvey White.
It's a big day for him. Big day for Joe Rodon at the back as well for Tottenham Hotspur, signed from Swansea earlier in the season. Keen to impress every chance he gets.
I think he wants this one, but Lucas Moura's seniority is going to take this.
Yeah, it is Lucas Moura's right foot. It deflects and is headed away by Joyce from inside the area. Dele Alli collecting.
There's 2 good defensive walls that Marine have put up to prevent free kicks being positive for Spurs.
Lucas Moura. Dipping ball in, which Vinicius just couldn't quite reach. Well taken by Bailey Passant. Was released by Tranmere Rovers as a result of their relegation from League 1 to League 2 and the coronavirus and the lack of money now at clubs at that level. Tranmere couldn't afford to keep all their players. Bailey Passant had to find pastures new. My goodness me, he made a good choice coming to Marine.
I wouldn't say there was an angry face from Mourinho, but you just know he's a fierce competitor, and he knows it's so important that Spurs get that opening goal sooner rather than later.
It's headed away at the back by Anthony Miley, picked up by Jedson Fernandez. Good challenge on him.
Hughes again has made 2 or 3 really good tackles, blocks, as Adam Hughes on this left-hand side.
Joyce getting forward, running into Doherty. That's going to be a throw in to Marine. There is no such place as Marine. They're one of the few clubs not named after a place. They're actually named after the Marine Hotel in Crosby, in which a meeting was held some 127 years ago, which was the formation of the club. They've got a free kick inside Tottenham territory.
Yeah, first chance, maybe just to ask a question or two. There's no doubt for me, this is coming into the 18-yard box, Steve. Now, can they deliver with quality?
Raven has come up from the back. Cummins, of course, is up there. In it goes in towards Raven. He didn't quite get a head on it. Dele Alli scoops it away on the half volley. Forward from Barragan. Rodon got a clearance on it. Cummins is off after this. Ben Davis sees it back to Joe Hart.
I think Cummins just reminded Joe Hart that he's around. Joe didn't take too kindly to it.
Doherty's ball was just about retrieved by Dele Alli. I wouldn't have minded being a fly on the wall when the draw was made in the wherever the Tottenham players were, what they make of being drawn away to Marine.
I'm sure the first question was, where is it?
Yes. Doherty. There was a connection between the two clubs, Clive. You were telling me before we came on air. I certainly didn't know, but I remember the name.
Yes, fabulous centre-half John Lacey, who started his career here at Marine when he was just 17 years of age, won 2 trophies here as well before coming south to ply his trade. Fulham, Spurs, Wonderful centre-half, wonderful player. It all began here, as it did for Jason McAteer as well, a famous Liverpool player. Quite a story that he had started his career here and being sold to Bolton for £500 and a bag of balls because he was a non-contract player. They couldn't actually sell him. It was a goodwill gesture. Bolton contributed to the coffers of Marine for developing Jason.
And Jason McAteer went on to have a fine career with Bolton and of course subsequently with Liverpool. And well, here we are 15 minutes in, and Neil Young, the coach of Marine, is making notes, and Bailey Passant hasn't been unduly troubled by anything so far, Clive.
No, I think it's a very, very positive 15 minutes. Those supporters who are in their gardens, at the side of the pitch just behind Jose Mourinho. I'm sure they'll offer him some sort of refreshment before the evening's done.
Dele Alli couldn't quite control it. Cummins was there.
Steve, this is what they need to do. Just make the game scrappy. Keep it so it's disjointed for Tottenham, that they never get going. They're just enjoying the whole experience, aren't they?
Absolutely. Sissoko leaping. Here's Joyce for Marine. Getting through Doherty. Covered by White.
Just left Toby Alderweireld, Joe Rodon with lots of time and space to build possession, dropped off, kept their shape, saying to Spurs, can you play through us? And at the moment Spurs are finding it difficult to progress, certainly into the final third.
Doherty. Jenson Fernandez back to Matt Doherty.
As the pitch cuts up, Steve, it just gets a little bit more difficult to continue with that slick passing that Spurs have been accustomed to, and certainly the surfaces that they play on all the time in Premier League.
Ironically, the less level the pitch gets, the more of a leveller it becomes.
Absolutely.
It's gone behind, and it's going to be a goal kick.
Perfectly
to
put.
Marine. Be delighted with
that was just an example. Normally the ball's sitting nicely for the cross to come in. It just bobbles. You have to take more care, more attention to delivering the quality that's required. What a good 17 minutes they've had.
Absolutely right.
He's happy. That's the chairman.
Yeah, well, they've been really creative. Obviously they can't actually have the supporters inside the ground. The people who are in the ground are TV crew and officials and what have you, but they've been very, very creative. They've been selling virtual tickets for the game, and I believe they sold thousands and thousands of them, and around about a £5 or something each. This early possession is heavily in Tottenham's favour, as you would expect, but they haven't scored, and that's all that really counts for them. Barragan with the clearance, and the prize in what is effectively a raffle, I guess, that virtual ticket, is to manage Marine in one of their pre-season games before the start of the next campaign. And Jose Mourinho and all his staff have each bought a ticket.
Well, another job for Jose.
Yes. Yeah. Harvey White forward into Moussa Sissoko, who's barely seen the ball yet, really, Sissoko. Taken away from Lucas Moura, and Marine try and charge downfield, and Joe Hart, I say, it's come off the woodwork. A super left-footed drive by Neil Kengney, and Joe Hart might have misjudged this.
I think he thinks it's going over initially. Kengney does really well. He runs away from Harvey White, fires in the shot, and he just dips wickedly. Joe Hart thinks that's clearing the crossbar, and just about 2 yards out, it comes down wickedly and thuds against the bar. Joe Hart has got away with one there. Fabulous attempt, good hit, just inches away from dipping over Joe Hart for a sensational goal.
Kengney with a brilliant strike. It certainly would have gone down as a goalkeeping error, because Joe Hart definitely pulled out of the save. Here's the corner. curled in. Joe Hart is there, got good fists on that. Brought down on the edge of the penalty area, and a few appeals for handball there. Referee Michael Oliver says no. Jenson Fernandez was the man with the block.
I think Jenson Fernandez actually turned away from it when that cross hit him, but there was no intention of handball. Got away with it.
Well, these are now uncomfortable moments for Tottenham Hotspur. Solomon Davis rode on with the clearance. Raven covering the run of Vinicius. And that was a very awkward 3 or 4 minutes for Spurs.
You can see, it certainly hits Jenson Fernandez. He has turned away from it. Worth an appeal. Michael Oliver waving it away.
Just more trying to run through the crowd, couldn't do it. Lashed away up towards the halfway line. Rodon's header. It's a free kick to Tottenham Hotspur. Certainly was worth an appeal.
You just wonder if that just might spark Spurs, because a little fright. They need to do more.
Spurs free kick in by White and overhit by White.
That's poor. That really is poor from young Harvey White. No one in that back post area.
Jose Mourinho is looking
He's not
positively puzzled, isn't he?
It's not his fault though, Steve. He's already told us that.
He's told us it won't be his fault. What a strike!
It just comes up off the surface as he hits it. Joe Hart clearly pulls his right hand away, and he's fortunate that that doesn't dip under the crossbar. Lucky that it strikes it, then he has to make sure by tipping it over to concede the corner.
He really did get lucky. This has been anything but comfortable over the last 5 minutes or so.
You just sense they're growing in confidence, Marine. Spurs a little edgy.
Well, they're not used to losing games. They've only lost one of the last 14 under Neil Young, but this is a whole different kettle of fish. They wouldn't really have known what to expect until the game started, just how good Spurs were going to be, whether they would be completely out of their depth or not. I think at this stage of the game, we're halfway through the first half, and they're thinking we're not completely out of our depth. Sissoko finds Dele Alli. Dele Alli heading towards the penalty area. 1-2 with Jenson Fernandez. Oh, it's got to be Vinicius. Puts the ball in the back of the net. Marine say offside, but it's going to stand, and they have been unpicked. Dele Alli right at the heart of the goal, and it's Carlos Vinicius who manages to bundle it over the line and into the back of the Marine net.
Yeah, no change of expression for Jose Mourinho, but he will be happy. Good work from Dele Alli, carrying the ball, plays the ball forward. Return pass from Jenson Fernandez, runs into the box and then feeds it to the back post. Sees the run of Vinicius. He missed kicks initially, but gets fortunate. Quality from Dele Alli, fortunate there. Vinicius, complete miss kick, hits his left heel, but he keeps control of the ball, fortunately, to take it round the goalkeeper, give Spurs the lead.
1-0 Spurs. Carlos Vinicius with the goal, his fourth for the club. He's on loan from Benfica. It clearly wasn't offside, though that was the appeal from the home defence.
Yeah, they sort of stopped, didn't they? But it's a good pass from Dele Alli, but a bit of good fortune for Vinicius in the way that he's finished it.
Well,
for missed control.
For Spurs, Clive, that was a very good time, because they were just beginning to really not enjoy themselves at all. Here's Davis.
I think he just frightened them into life. A wonderful strike from Kengi.
As Marine try and build again, Umami trying to get forward. Here he is once more, covered by Rodon. I think he gave Rodon a little shove, but it's a Marine throw. Joyce. Barragan given away. He's the goal scorer, Vinicius. And again. Dele Alli for Tottenham. Stepping inside of Devine once and then tripping into Jenson Fernandez. Might have a crack here. A little bit wild.
It's a poor strike because he's fed again by Ali. Ali's played a couple of really positive forward passes. This one to Jenson Fernandez. He takes a touch. He has time to weigh up the shot, but it's a poor attempt. Lovely control, creates the angle. Really poor strike. Should be hitting the target from there.
Like Carlos Vinicius, Jenson Fernandez is on loan from Benfica, Jose Mourinho's home country. Jose Mourinho was actually right at the start of his career, very, very briefly, Benfica's manager. What a relief for Joe Hart, because that would not have been a great moment for him, would it?
No, not at all. I think he clearly thought the strike was going over the crossbar, pulled his right hand away. He's lucky to see it come back off the crossbar and he tips it away for the corner.
Hit by Doherty, but cleared up towards Cummins. Cummins with a little flick on. Kengi is off after it. Rodon did well, finds Doherty. Sissoko. Powerful run, Sissoko. Dele Alli. Doherty. Well defended, Miley, with the clearance away as far as Alderweireld.
He's becoming more and more prominent. He wants possession of the ball. He's looking to probe with his runs and his passing.
Getting away from Umami now. Coming inside of Solomon Davis. Still Dele Alli. Davis back into Dele Alli now. Lucas Moura. Sissoko. Doherty. It's going to be a throw into Marine. A couple of years ago, Tottenham Hotspur were drawn away from home at Tranmere Rovers in the FA Cup. Not that far away from here, actually. Joe Rodon's kit has been ripped. They dealt with that occasion very well. It was a much smaller gap than the gap between these two sides, but it was played on a very poor playing surface, as I remember. I think Spurs won 6 in the end.
6 or 7, I believe, yeah.
They dealt with that very well. This is, if anything, a better playing surface, actually, than that was, if I remember correctly. What have you made of Joe Rodon in his early strides for Tottenham? Not just today, but in his short time at the club.
Yeah, I think he's acquitted himself well. Big move for him coming from Swansea into the fold. He was given an early chance where he played particularly well. I'm sure improving all the time.
Great ball by Dele Alli, brilliant save, and Vinicius is there. It was a great save to deny Matt Doherty by Bailey Passant. but it's another close-range finish from Carlos Vinicius, and again Dele Alli was at the heart of that Tottenham move.
Yeah, everything that's positive about Spurs has been from Dele Alli. He picks the run of Doherty, arrives at the far post for the right foot volley. Keeper does well initially to make the save, but he parries it across the open goal. Vinicius is on hand to score his second, and Spurs. Dele Alli picking the ball up again, drawing defenders, sees the run of Doherty, really well delivered. Good stop initially from the keeper, but Vinicius following in, as all good centre forward should, giving Spurs a 2-goal advantage in his second. Lovely ball from Ali. Good stop from the keeper. No defenders tracking Vinicius. He scored 2 easy ones. 2-0 Tottenham.
Half an hour played, and Spurs are feeling a little bit more comfortable now. Thanks to Carlos Vinicius. Lucas Moura. It's a free kick.
I think an opportunity now for Spurs to wrap this game up before half-time.
Might have been very different had his left footer gone in, but it hit the woodwork. That was at 0-0. Well, White has had one, Moura has had one. So
and it's dead straight, Steve, or reasonably straight, so now they're going to battle it out. And there's no doubt that for me that Lucas Moura is just going to say, young man, this is for me.
If it's seniority, then it's Lucas Moura. If it's alternation, then it's not. But I don't know if Harvey White's going to get a go at this. Bailey Passant doesn't know either, that's the point. It is Lucas Moura, and it's 3-0. That's a brilliant free kick from Lucas Moura. And Spurs are surely out of sight now. That is a quality goal.
Yeah, Passant standing dead centre in his goal. And Lucas Moura, I think he has the option to wind it towards the left-hand corner of the goalkeeper. He's not sure which way it's going. And in the end, he just deceives him, drawing it back. As Passant just takes one step away to his left, Lucas Moura whips it back across him into the corner. Really well taken. Keeper can get nowhere near it.
No, he possibly even without the little jig to the left, he might not have saved it. But once he went to the left and the ball went to the right, he was in trouble. And now Spurs lead by 3. Jetson Fernandez, Raven with the clearing header, helped by Sissoko to Alderweireld. White.
Well, Steve, now the free-goal advantage, you would imagine that Spurs could run right should they wish. I'm sure Jose Mourinho would want them to continue in the same vein.
Dele Alli fell over there on the far touchline. I think one or two jeers from the dugout. And
from the gardens.
Yeah, maybe probably from the dugout. Yeah, Dele Alli definitely turned round and I think had a smile about it. Here's Sissoko. Lucas Moura, Ben Davies.
The problem now, Steve, is that Marina's sinking deeper and deeper, trying to keep bodies close together, but you can see dropping away into their 18-yard box. It's easy for Spurs to progress, to get within shooting range. It's a poor cross in the end from Davis. But Neil Young, the coach, and his assistant there, trying to just rejig his defensive shape. Jose's happy, he knows the job's done.
Yeah. Well, he's happier, Clive. He's not beaming, but he's certainly happier. Passant with the clearance. Musa Sissoko.
He's been really good, Dele Alli. He really has. His attitude's been good. He's wanted to get on the ball at every opportunity. He's shown us a range of pass and awareness of what's going on around him.
Jetson Fernandez to Doherty. was a great ball from Dele Alli for Doherty that led to the second goal. Doherty will get the assist, but really it should be Dele Alli's. Here's Davis in behind. It's a good block. It's sliding Anthony Miley who made it. Army just running into trouble now. There might be something on for Marine as they slide into Joyce. Joyce with a shot. Good block. Well blocked by Joe Rodon.
Brilliant block.
Hughes with the cross. It's hit the referee. And Michael Oliver has to stop play, having inadvertently got in the way of the attempted clearance. Decent effort this by Joyce.
Well, they did really well. You can see Joe Rondon there is making a challenge on the left-hand side of the field. The ground he covers to get back across and block the shot from James Joyce. Real determination, putting your body on the line to protect your goalkeeper. Fantastic defending.
Possession statistics and the completed passes statistics and all the other statistics are mirrored by the scoreline.
Heavily in Spurs' favour.
Yeah, they are, but at one time they're heavily in Spurs' favour and it was 0-0. Not anymore. Toby Alderweireld. Lucas Moura. Dele Alli will retrieve this. White, good ball, just taken away by Hamami as Dele Alli was threatening to get onto it. That's a brilliant finish, and it's a hat-trick for Carlos Vinicius. That's an outstanding finish. His first two might have been tap-ins, but that wasn't. Spurs lead by 4, and he's got 3 of them.
And I tell you what, Dele Alli was instrumental in the whole build-up, from picking the ball up, switching play, making a forward run into the box, and then when eventually it breaks for Vinicius, his composure is magnificent, because the ball's bobbling around, he's waiting for it to drop, and in the end, he knows that he can just side-foot volley into the far corner. That is a superb finish. Dele Alli, as I say, involved 2 or 3 times in this build-up. And when Harvey White feeds Dele Alli, it pops back to Vinicius. It's up in the air, he lets it bounce, but he volleys beautifully with his left foot for his hat-trick. 2 easy ones, and that is a goal of top quality.
That's an outstanding finish. And Spurs have 4 before half-time. That touch just perfect.
And just the way, for a split second, Steve, he composes himself. He waits for the ball to drop, and then the side left foot volley is absolutely exquisite.
So Carlos Vinicius, Brazilian born, on loan from Benfica. He's 25, he's not a young player looking to take his first steps in the game, but that's a very, very composed finish and a hat-trick that he will remember, and which he'll now be thinking he might add to. Sissoko, great run. Lucas Moura, blocked by Solomon Davis. Really, it's a question now, Clive, of how merciful Tottenham want to be over the remaining 50 minutes of the game. It's taken by Pass, and Doherty wasn't far away.
Yeah, Dele Alli once again trying to find the run of Doherty. People say, yes, it's against lesser opposition, but you have to apply yourself, and that's exactly what Dele Alli's done this evening.
Yeah.
Shown some real quality, a desire to want to be involved, to be instrumental in the game. And he's shown moments of real quality as Dele Alli.
This is Kengi with the cross. Solomon Davis, rather, I beg his pardon. It's going to be a goal kick to Tottenham Hotspur. And of course the link with Paris Saint-Germain, which existed anyway with Dele Alli, has been just written a little bolder in black ink, because Mauricio Pochettino has gone to the Parc des Princes, and there's a cardboard Jurgen Klopp watching.
No, it was Jurgen Klopp, wasn't it?
It's a Kloppelganger. Liverpool actually contributed to Marine's preparations for this game by providing them stewards around the ground, and also by providing them with their scouting notes on Tottenham Hotspur from when they played Spurs in the Premier League only, 3 or 4 weeks ago. Everton down the road as well also gave Marine the use of their training ground, because the leisure centre at which Marine do their training is currently shut because of coronavirus regulations.
Carlo Ancelotti is a resident locally as well.
Yes, he is, yeah. The Everton manager has spoken about how much he likes the area. Here's Lucas Moura, and Doherty square, and lifted over the top of the bar.
Doherty offside, I think, Steve.
He wouldn't have counted, you're right, Clive. Carlos Vinicius missed for once.
But again, they're backtracking now, they're dropping deeper. Spurs making progress easily into that 18-yard box. Doherty wandering into the offside position.
Gary Bezic, the referee's assistant, with the flag. So it has been all hands to the pump with celebrated local clubs helping Marine out, and also, of course, we were talking about this before we came on air, Clive. Clubs at this level, of course, absolutely rely on those volunteers who give up hundreds of hours of their time every year for no reward whatsoever.
Absolutely, good people who love the game, love their local club, and really, there's so many clubs in England that are kept going in that manner. And this is a prime example of it. Wonderful for them to be at this stage of the FA Cup.
This is a free kick which Hughes takes. Jumping on the edge of the area to Alderweireld, who just got in front of Raven, who'd gone forward. Edson Fernandez kicks it from Barrigan. Michael Oliver found himself in the way of Edson Fernandez, and Cummins, the Marine striker, was having a little word with Michael Oliver. The free kick has been given Tottenham's way. I think Cummins' point was that actually Michael Oliver impeded the Tottenham man almost as much as he did, albeit by mistake. Lucas Moura finding a pocket of space. He's conducted the game from there, Dele Alli.
Absolutely,
really,
Steve. Yeah, he's been excellent.
Here's Joyce. Sissoko. Cummins trying to dispossess him. Didn't do it legally, and it's a free kick to Tottenham Hotspur. Now Cummins, the Arsenal fan, playing against Tottenham Hotspur.
Well, in the end, he actually manhandles Sissoko to the floor. The only way he was going to stop him.
Davis with a free kick. Toby Alderweireld. Trying to dribble through three, and it's a Marine throw-in in the end. Well, for 20 minutes or so, Marine could allow themselves to dream. They even hit the Tottenham Hotspur woodwork when it was 0-0 with that thumping left-footed drive from Neil Kengney, which was left by Joe Hart and smashed against the Tottenham crossbar. They were dreaming big at that stage, but 4 relatively quick-fire Tottenham goals between the 24th and 37th minutes given Marine rather a rapid dose of reality. As Barrigan comes down to Jedson Fernandez, but had support from Joyce. Cummins Hughes. Jedson Fernandez took it from him. Carlos Vinicius here could have played it through to Jedson Fernandez. Raven with an important block.
Yeah, well-timed challenge from Raven.
Here is Vinicius though. Joyce lost it. This is dangerous. The referee Michael Oliver said play on. Dele Alli played the ball, expecting Jedson Fernandez to go for it. Jedson Fernandez thought it was going to be a free kick, and Michael Oliver blows his whistle. Carlos Vinicius has scored a first-half hat-trick for Tottenham Hotspur. 3 goals for him in the space of 13 minutes, the third of them a beauty, as was Lucas Moura's free kick to make it 3-0. Tottenham in control now, but Neil Kengi's drive hit the woodwork when it was goalless, and at that point Tottenham were uncomfortable. Not now, half-time, Marine 0, Tottenham Hotspur 4.